TD?
Hey, Terrence.
How you doing?
Alvin just left and just unloaded on you guys.
As he should.
Where do you guys go from here? Because we keep having these team meetings and these players-only meetings, and it doesn't seem to carry over for more than a couple of games.
Right. Well, for one, you really have to look in the mirror, man. As an individual and as a team, collectively, as a whole, just really have to, I wouldn't say regroup, but, some guys, kind of just got back, me, myself included. And we just have to really just dial in and, figure out the little things, man. We, as the games, was played, while guys was out, myself included, I just noticed, every third quarter, to start the third quarter, it's just, I don't know, man. It's something about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. We just, we don't come out with the same aggressiveness that we kind of played the first half with. And I would just say from that point on, we kind of, play from behind. It's not the way you want to play.
TD, you mentioned just Alvin a second ago. I imagine he was more animated in the locker room. Just how do you feel that maybe those comments landed with some people? I know it may be a little too early to tell, but how do you feel that the locker room took this?
I don't know, man. I mean, that's not the first time the locker room's been like that, this season. So I would just have to say, like I said, man, guys just really have to, lock in, buy into what's, what we're trying to accomplish, man. It's a long season. Plenty of games left, winnable games at that. We just can't, have games like tonight.
Terrence, you mentioned that, obviously this team has struggled with the third quarter. Why weren't you guys able to capitalize just off the energy the fans were giving you right after that big De'Aaron Fox dunk?
That's great that you brought up the fans, because the fans have been, amazing, man. They bring great energy, great joy, to the game. It's supposed to be fun. This is a fun job. We have really, really good jobs. But I would just say, honestly, I just feel like, we kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? We just kind of, feel like since we, started the first half, did it, somewhat of a good job first half. The second half just supposed to roll. It doesn't work like that. We have to really set the tone for both halves, each game. That's just how the game is played, You
say that you guys look for answers. Do sometimes I know this is your second year, but I'm asking you, Terrence. Do you get the idea that some of these teams come in here and they just know what they're going to do as far as pushing you guys around and taking that advantage away, that home court advantage away from you guys?
I I definitely feel like teams, coming here, licking their chops for sure. Like, man, I feel like every team coming here thinking, this is a winnable game. We're gonna get these guys, whatever. But it's up to us to protect home court. You don't protect home court, it's a long year. So if you don't protect home court, then you looking downsides pretty much. You got to win your home games, man, and we just got to fix the little things.
Terrence, welcome back, man. I'm glad you're feeling better. You alluded to this. This is not the first time that you've heard Alvin or someone else kind of light you guys up for this sort of thing, and it. I don't know, why isn't this landing? Why hasn't it gotten through? How come we continue to see the same things and the same mistakes over and over and over?
Man, it's kind of tough, no excuses whatsoever. But as the season been going on, man, it's just there's nothing just that's solid as far as lineups, things of this sort. It's tough, man. So, guys don't know when they're playing. Guys, I don't mean to talk on it, but, the facts are the facts, things of that sort. So I just feel like, once we really all get on the same page, all aboard, I feel like, this team is very talented. we have very talented guys, man. I can't stress it enough. We have very talented guys, man, who can play with anyone. So, like I said, once we tie it together, it'll come along.
TD, not to belabor the point, but if coaches calling out pride on guys, is there anything worse than that as a professional athlete to have your pride kind of called into play?
Man, I honestly, anytime, a coach said that, you really just have to, check yourself. How do you feel, bro? Is this not bothering you? I just asked Tristan, yo, have you ever felt like this? Just as far as, as a player, as a team, have you ever felt like this in your 11-year career, 10-year career? Have you ever felt like this? And, I mean, it's tough, man. You really have to just, dig in. Honestly, look in the mirror. I keep saying that, but that's what it's gonna take, man. And kind of take the front off to kind of search guys out, check guys. I mean, hold guys accountable, things of that sort, man. Because I honestly don't think it's enough of that accountability.
Terrence, you just came back from health and safety protocols. You also were honest with us and told us that you had COVID in early September. Just where are you at health-wise, and just how do you guys prevent this from being like the new normal?
Yeah, for me, it's been I would say pretty, not difficult, but just tough kind of 4 months. September I had caught COVID before training camp. I was very tough. I think I came back Monday before we actually got started with training camp, and this time around I was kind of asymptomatic and didn't really feel anything, man. I was around the house cleaning, cooking, things of that sort. So I felt pretty good. But another thing with as far as myself individually, kind of sprained my ankle 3 times this year. 3 times in 2 months. So that's always something that you kind of take initiative to as far as your health. Your body is kind of what gets you going and kind of what what pays you, basically, your being healthy and things of that sort. So kind of took all that into consideration tonight. But I just love the game so much, man. I can't stay out of it so long. But definitely, as far as a whole, you just have to continue. I'm saying wearing our masks, things of that sort. Washing our hands, because that goes a long way. But I think we'll be fine.
TD, you mentioned, noticing while you were out these beginning of the third quarters. I think we've heard it a little bit at the beginning of the year as well. Do you feel like that is something that going into the locker room at halftime is being talked about enough? How you guys tend to kind of come out slow there?
I honestly don't think so. That's my personal opinion. I don't think we kind of talk about it enough. But AG does a great job of actually mentioning that coming out this third quarter. Really, hitting hard, but I just don't think we, take initiative to it as a group, as a whole.
Terrence, is this team? I know you've only been in the league a few years, but you were in Toronto where they had a lot of success, and I'm just wondering from your perspective, does this team lack leadership, whether it's in the locker room or with coaching? I mean, is there enough leadership here?
I don't know. Is that a trick question? I know it's tough, man. I don't want to, I'm not a guy to, point fingers or anything of that sort, but, that's a whole different situation over there in Toronto as far as, them winning and things of that sort. So, it's kind of like, all right, you stepping into something where it's, they just won a championship. So, obviously, the room and things of that sort is different, but I don't think we lack leadership. I just think we lack a leader's voice, if that makes sense. We don't really have a leader's voice. We have leaders. Their voice isn't being heard enough, honestly. That's just my opinion. All right, thank you. Thank you.